Wizards, guess what? It is Kieran Ashhammer. I'm back for another episode of the Dual School Fire and Storm walkthrough, guys. So we just figured out something about the water elementals, so let's go ahead and get straight into the action. Talk to Suzani.
Water elementals? That gives me an idea. If you could get control of the water elementals, we could use them to douse the fire. You'll need to defeat the Long Dreamer shamans and claim their stone talismans. They use those to control the elementals.
Okay, well, let's go take down some of the Long Dreamer shamans. I hope everybody's doing great. I am excited to be back here again. Obviously, we got a little bit going on for sure. Good things, good days happening, right? So let's go ahead and knock out some of these Long Dreamer shamans real quick and see if we can get them taken care of. Okay, so very good, very good, very good. Let's try. I think these are the guys I need to go ahead and use more than just the meteorite, right? Well, anyways, so very good, very good. By the way, guys, if you have been enjoying the series, don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you are not a subscriber, please consider hitting it. Really helps support out this little channel, and absolutely appreciate it here. Oh, that was annoying. Earthquakes. Very good. Okay, so well, there we go. Picked up another one. Wonder how soon it'll be before. That guy's a little over leveled. No, actually not bad. It's okay. Alrighty. Ooh, getting hit hard. Oh, very good. Well, things have been pretty busy with me. We're finishing out the school year, so that's why the videos have been a little erratic. I've been taking some extra days off here and there so I can take care of all my grading and everything. We got finals this next week, plus we got graduations, so not sure exactly how all the different how the video schedule this week will work, but I'll definitely get some more videos out this week. I'm pretty excited. We've got some great momentum right now, moving strong into the second arc right now with Zafaria. Plus, we've got to find all those students. Oh yeah, got to find all the students. Okay, now was that enough? Yes, it looks like it was enough. I always like that when it's enough. Bronze gears. Nice, very, very good. Okay. How awesome it is. Now, let's talk to Suzani.
Did you get the stone talismans? Very good. Now that you have the stone talismans, you can compel the water elementals into helping us. Of course, they are chaotic spirits, so you'll have to show them how strong your medicine is. Defeat the water elementals to let them know you are in charge. Then use them to put the fire out. Here's a bucket. Okay, let's go ahead and put some fire elementals down. So, water elementals, right? Hey, well, anyways, had an interesting comment popped right up on the video a few days ago. Why are we even debating gear? And I just wanted to remind everybody, what we're shooting for gear-wise. Well, remember, this game is a study on different ways in playing Wizard101. Now, of course, I don't know why there's a debate. You should just get Waterworks gear. It's the best, period. Yeah, well, okay, not necessarily. And I try to put this out there because I want everybody to be thinking about the game that we play. Now, if you were just trying to get a good rounded gear for every different type of stat that you could possibly get at level 60, yes, Waterworks is a great set of gear. There's nothing wrong with that. Is it the very best? Well, it depends on the play style, and that's what I've always tried to press in my videos, is I'm not trying to say one gear is better than the other. It's like, what is the best gear for what you are trying to do in the game? Now, just as if you were going PvP, what's going to be your best gear for PvP? And that can be a strong debate depending on the strategy and how you play PvP. because there's a variety of different things that are out there. There's different things you can get. Now, is there always going to be a meta for certain things? Yeah, absolutely. There's always going to be a meta. There's always going to be a min-max option, okay? And Waterworks is good gear, you know, but you can make a similar case that the zigzag gear is really good gear at level 60. Okay? It really kind of depends on the overall stats you're going for and which particular stats you are shooting to get out of that particular run. Okay? Like, for instance, you know, and honestly, you should really mix in the Winter Tusk crafted gear into that mix as well. Okay? So, like, I think, for instance, you know, if any of you guys watch my Myth walkthrough, when I got to that point, I went ahead and I went and ground all 3 pieces of those gear. I went ahead and got the crafted gear. I went ahead and got the still gotta get some more water elementals. Okay, I got the crafted gear. Ooh, I forgot it's double reagents this weekend. I love it when it's double reagents. Okay, sorry. I got the crafted gear. I keep going back. I went ahead and got the zigzag gear, and I got the Waterworks gear. I had all 3 sets of gear. Had to grind them all out, and because I was going after a damage style wizard, you know, I was going for damage, okay? It wasn't best just to do straight up Waterworks gear. In fact, going with the helmet from the crafted gear and going with the boots, no, I think I went with the robe. Robe or the boots, I can't remember. From the zigzag gear and then 1 piece of Waterworks gear was the most optimal combination for that particular play, you know. So basically, you know, that was the direction that I decided to go with, and it worked really, really well. Now you can make a case for different stats that you're trying to increase your bonus, because all those pieces of gear do have some similar but yet some different stats, you know. And that's one of the things that Kimise is getting ready to do with this big gear audit, is really explore the gear in itself, work the stats, and try to get a better understanding on how to build gear that's going to help encourage variety in the game. Okay, with different types of builds and such. The thing is, guys, there's lots of different ways to do things, and there's not only one perfect way to go or one ultimate gear. It kind of depends on the goal you're shooting for, the type of play you're shooting for. Like, if we took a look at the gear I'm wearing right now, okay, which you guys saw me craft, okay, this is Celestian gear that I'm wearing. Okay. One of the things we found out about the Celestian gear, will this kill them both? Probably. One of the things we learned about the Celestian gear is if you're just going for damage, the Celestian gear gives you every bit as much damage as you'll get out of Waterworks or Zigzag or the crafted gear in Winter Tusk. Yep, every so bit as damage for your main school. You know, so for instance,
You've shown the water elementals who's boss. After you beat them, they hop into your bucket.
There we go. So we got enough water to put out the fire. So basically, you know, it's just as far as straight damage stats, you know, for your core,
Using the bucket, you direct the water elementals at the fire.
Woohoo.
With a hiss and a billow of smoke, the fire goes out.
Okay, so going back to that again. Yeah, so basically I got this damage. Where do I lose in? I lose a little bit in critical, but not that much. Not that much. Where I do lose the most is in defense. I lose some resist and I lose some block, but I get that in attack damage and stuff for the storm. So there's a tit for tat. There's a trade-off.
I can see the cloud of smoke from here. Great job. Now, let's find that traitor. My scouts scoured the area, but haven't found anything useful. Can you check the magician's hut near the palace for clues? I'll wait back inside the city gates to hear what you found.
Okay, good. We're tracking Tsitsi, right? Oh, I'm in the wrong place, am I not? The magician's hut. Let's go check out the magician's hut. Look at that. Black and white paint.
Tsitsi's hut is locked up and dark. But what's this? Outside, you find jars of white and black paint. You should bring them to Captain Sunrunner as proof.
Yep, there you go. What a scummy little guy. Oh, we forgot to pick up the pan. You got to pick up the cans, right? Yeah. Okay. How funny. You never know when they actually want you to pick up anything. Very, very good. Okay, so we have to go back to Sazani. She's probably over here. I'm just avoiding any fights, right? Right.
These jars of paint are the evidence we need. Tsitsi used them to camouflage the greyhounds with white and black stripes. I'm sure this paint is enough proof for Shakazibu. We'll tell him how Tsitsi used it to disguise the greyhounds in his attempt to replace the Igoga defenders with his own men. But the palace is still locked. I know. Take this evidence to Queen Amale Autumnrain. I'm sure she will help you. You can find the queen in the Moon Gardens. Here's a key to the gate.
Ooh, okay, guys. We get to meet the queen. I love meeting queens. We've met a few queens already in this game. Okay. Ah, yes. Amale Autumnrain.
Hello, young wizard. We need your help. I have heard of you, young wizard. I hope we can help each other. Tell me your story. The king's magician, Tsitsi Snaketail, said he was also looking for a herd of wizards, for nefarious purposes, no doubt. Tsitsi has somehow broken the spirit of the great Shaka Zibu. Here, use this key to enter the palace. You'll find Shaka in the king's court. Perhaps your magic can cure him.
Awesome. Now, one cool thing about this area is this is how they decide to do the magic here in Zafari. Is we've got these obelisks, and we're going to have to repair these obelisks to be able to get access to additional spells. And this is one of those obelisks we definitely want to repair because I think it gives us a good damage boost. I forget. It's definitely one of those. But anyways, enough of the sidetrack there. Let's head on into the King's Court. Ooh, the King's Court. Very, very nice. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so gear, guys. So basically, I recommend, don't be one of those robots out there chanting one gear is better than the other.
You feel
Remember,
a sinister presence in here. The air is stuffy and cloying. You think it's coming from the sickly baobab tree.
Okay, very good. Let's talk to Shaka Zibu. Yeah, but just don't pair it. There's only one way to go. There are different ways to go. And King's Isle they've tried to make it. I think they need to do a gear audit and readjust things and balance things out. But for the most part, there's lots of good options to go gear-wise. Let's talk to Shaka Zibu.
The king's eyes reveal that he is under a dark spell. You sense a dire link to this corrupted baobab tree, which looks like it is being strangled by that vine.
Okay, well, there's that. Okay, so we think there's something trying to strangle the Baobabsies. Shaka Zibu is not looking so good. Yeah, he has the funky eye thing going on. Okay, let's talk to the queen. Maybe she has an idea. Queens are smart.
Yes, our king is under an evil shadow. News of Shaka Zibu's condition has blown to the city like a foul wind. Some of the younger hot-headed stallions are using it as an excuse to riot. They threaten to tear the city down from inside. I need you to show them how foolish they are and how little they know. It is a time to stand strong, not run wild. Please defeat the rioting Impi raiders so that we have time to find a way to heal Shaka Zibu.
Okay, let's go ahead and quell the riots, right? I see some MP raiders. Let's take them down right now. Yeah, so, and honestly, guys, I would just refrain from running around saying that there's only one way to play a game. There's lots of different ways to play the game, and I think if you've watched the whole series through, you'll notice that, when you're only doing. You're only leveling up straight up and you're trying to do a dual school, it's a different affair than just going straight up fire and just trying to max out your fire stats or whatever school stats you're going for. And a case can be made that, a mix of gear for depending on the stats you're looking for is a much better option than just going straight one gear, And so I honestly still believe that the thoughtful response or the thoughtful way to put gear together is I think, more interesting and more fun, you know. Now, what would I really wish for? Well, what I would really wish for is that there be more variety of gear and more options, and that the gear wouldn't be stressed on a couple of dungeons where you can get really awesome gear. I think that's part of the problem with the level 32 gear, as well as the level 60 gear, is that it's caused a certain meta, especially if you watch a lot of YouTube. You have to watch a lot of videos, that there's only one way to play the game, and there's only one way to be the most powerful. But there's lots of different ways to play the game, especially if you're doing a PvE experience primarily. You know, now PvP, you know, there's going to be some builds that are definitely better than others, and some metas that, if you want to be competitive in PvP, you got to really think about it, and you got to go in that direction. But in the PvE, I think there's a whole lot of room for variety and play styles that can make the game a ton more fun and more interesting, you know, as opposed to just rushing through and doing a meta min-max. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't. Heck, I've done that before with some of my wizards, you know, where I've gone through and I've done a meta min-max, where I've gone in and just looked up the best gear and just grabbed that and just went with it, maxed it out, went with it, you know, sold everything else. But again, you know, it's and it's fun, you know, but it tends to take some of the challenge away in some areas of the game, and that's just my thought on it, you know. So, well, in some areas, and then it leaves out the variety of being able to mix and match and find, you know, a stronger combination for what you're trying to do, you know. It's kind of like, you know, it's really funny. Like when I was doing the Myth walkthrough is a lot of fun. And one of the cool things about Myth is their use of monstrology, in which you can, since they're Myth spells, you can cast monstrology fairly quickly, as far as for pulling up minions.
You reined them in. Well done. While you were dealing with the upstart Impy Raiders, my daughter Mandisa was keeping an eye out for Tsitsi. She has found the magician. Quick, go and talk to Princess Mandisa Autumn Rain and find out what she saw. Then track Tsitsi down and bring him here.
Okay. Rival gangs. We're going to skip the extra quests for right now. I know one of them gives us a quest to fix that for new spells, but I can't remember.
It is an honor to meet you. I saw Tsitsi skulking about the city. I trailed him to his hut. If you hurry, you can catch him there.
Let's go catch him. Ah, yes. Well, anyways, yeah. So, and I think what makes the game fun is trying different things and having some variety in the approaches that you take. Like I was saying,
The door was locked earlier, but it's open now.
like I was saying earlier, one of the cool things about the Myth is monstrology, which is a myth-centered spell. And if you use monstrology right...
That's not the magician.
No, that's not the magician. Okay, let's take these guys down. Okay, very, very good. Okay, well, anyways, like I was saying, you know, I remember getting a comment because I was showing you one way that you could use monstrology really effective with your Myth Wizard by farming certain types of monsters that can be very effective and then summoning those guys. So now it's like a 4-on, so it's not like you're alone. And it's way better than just regular minions because you can summon them quicker, and they can tend to be more powerful than some of the regular minions you pick up as spells throughout the game. So monstrology is a very, very strong tool that I think is really, really good, especially for... Ooh, that's hurting. Especially for a Myth Wizard, you know, because there's lots of advantages to it, okay? And I remember one guy commenting, you know, one viewer commenting, he goes, "Man, I don't like you playing that way. It seems like you're cheating," because I didn't play his style. I didn't min-max my wizard a particular way and then just did a 5-card deck style and just won it a different way, or a way that he thinks is the best way to go. And I just step back and say, hey, there are lots of fun ways to play this game. There's no single way to go. Is it your way? No, and that's okay. I think, this game is a ton of fun and leaves a lot to be open. Look at this. This is why I bought Sayer. Whew. And I think part of the game, part of what makes it a lot of fun is the variety of different ways you can play and get a ton out of it. Okay, and those are my thoughts on it, And I'm not going to apologize for playing the game a particular way. I think that is part of the fun of any RPG is digging in and having a good time playing it. And if you know where the good gear is, great. If you don't, do the research. If you want to play a particular style, try playing that particular style. And that's what this dual school adventure is all about, is how true can we stay dual school in the gear that we find, and what's the best gear at each level. Okay, and right now the best gear for us to be a dual school fire and storm and have both those options fully open with damage and everything. Oh, jeez, are you freaking kidding me? This is tearing me up. I really need the fire dragon. I'm not getting the pips. This fight would have been over if I would have getting the pips. Okay, jeez, that one spell. I hate that one spell. No, this is not good either because... Well, let's see it. Let's see if we win. Okay. Anyways, don't cast. Thank you. Sorry. Hoping for the fizz there. Okay, Fire Dragon, you have to come through for us. Ah, yes, there we go. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to have your idea or idea of way to play. I just think, half the fun of playing a game like this is sitting back and saying, wow, I never thought to try something like that. Well, that looks interesting. Not the way I would do it, as opposed to
After
walking
defeating
around
the
being
bug,
judgy.
You see there's someone in the shadows, a student from Wizard City, tied up.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think one of the things that really annoys me about today's society is everybody feels like they've got to judge everything. They've got to say there's only one absolute right or wrong. There's only one absolute best. Or
that was intense. He captured me right before I got to Zamunda. He snuck me in and said he was keeping me for his Dark Queen. He just left. He said he was going to the tomb of the Zebra Kings. Sounds awful. Thanks for saving me. I'm out of here.
That's awesome. Okay, got another student. And again, I think that's part of the trouble with society right now is that you've got all people, whether it's far left or far right, it doesn't matter whether it's in the U.S. or some other country, that like to take these absolute stances on everything, And I know the U.S. has always been best when it has been a country where our sides have to compromise and come out with what's best for everybody. And that's when we get the best legislation. That's when the U.S. is at its best. So we do things that are that round out for everyone. Let's talk to Amulet.
Tsitsi is going to the tomb of the Zebra Kings. You must stop him. Luckily, the tomb of the Zebra Kings is guarded by powerful spells. There is no way Tsitsi could get in. Go speak with the tomb's guard, Temba True Stride. The two of you need to catch Tsitsi before he causes more mischief.
And I did not mean to get off into some weird esoteric rant about any of that. It's just here's my thought, okay? You know what? Taking an absolute stance, especially on something like a game about only one way to play, I think it's kind of silly, And even in life, you got to be willing to have an open mind and to listen to other people's points of views and to understand where they're coming from so that you can be a better, more well-rounded person. I hope everybody rocks it today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you like the video, hit that subscribe, hit that like button. And if you unsubscribe because of what I had to say, I'm sorry. I hope you have a great day anyways. And I hope everything works well with you. This is Kieran Ashhammer for the Dual School Fire and Storm walkthrough. Have a great day. Bye-bye.